All right, guys, we are here for the book club question answers review because I do repeat the questions, and then we're going to finally give our answers to the question, our review of the book for One of Us is Next. This is what we started in April, so we kind of call it April's book club. You guys know our book clubs go for 5 weeks. So there's 5 videos tied to each book, and this is the last final video for One of Us is Next. Definitely go vote over in the community tab. That'll be closing very soon. I'm not 100% sure. I will talk to Charmaine and I will post in the community tab so you guys know when it closes. But when you're watching this, if you want to vote, run on over because we announced the winner on Thursday, this following Thursday. So we'll probably be closing it either Saturday or Sunday. So it gives me and Charmaine time to film that video. So let's get right into it. You guys know I love this book. I read it in 2 days. I will say though, I read it like 3 weeks ago. I usually always try to read the book club books like right before I do the videos, so it's fresh in my mind. But I loved One of Us is Next. Wait a minute. Yeah, I loved One of Us is Lying, the original. I'm like, did I mix up the titles? So much that the second I finished it, before I even knew this one won, I had started it. So anyway, number 1, it says, what do you think of the writing style? Switching between characters and reading from different points of view. Which character did you find the most compelling narrator and why? I loved this style. I have been loving Karen McManus. I'm definitely curious to read more books by her. I have some behind me. One of them is actually one of the book club choices. Not swaying your vote in any way, but if you do like her writing style, definitely one you consider voting for. It's called Cousins. It is not in this series. It is a totally separate book, but all her books seem to be suspense, thriller, which you guys definitely seem to enjoy. So yes, I do love her writing style. I do like the switching between the characters. I like getting the different points of view. I will say in the beginning, it is a little confusing. You have to really pay attention, and sometimes you read and then your head kind of trails off. You can't allow yourself to do that because then you'll forget, like, wait, what character am I on? Who am I reading? But once you're like really in it, you pick up on it so fast, and I really do enjoy it. Which character that I find the most compelling narrator? I don't know. I loved Knox. He was one of my favorite characters. He's not much in the first one, but they even make him seem so sweet in the first one as Maeve's boyfriend, and I like him in the second one. The second one, they're already broken up, and he's just her best friend, and I love the friendship between them. So I'd probably pick Knox, although I do really like Phoebe's story. I like, you really feel her grief and what happens with her father, and how her and her sister and her brother and mother had to like completely change their lives. I connect with that. I've had a recent loss in 2020, and it didn't change my life. I'm not looking for sympathy here, but she had a daughter, and it completely changed her daughter's life. And I've had other instances. That's not the only instance. So I feel for those people. I know how hard it can be. Never mind, as a teenager in high school, you're already going through all these big changes. So I really enjoyed reading both their stories, honestly. It's hard for me to pick a favorite narrator, but my favorite character in general is definitely Knox. But for the storyline, honestly, if I had to pick, Phoebe's probably my favorite narrator. Just because I feel like there's a lot to her story, a lot behind the scenes that you get to see with her life. Number 2, which character did you relate to the most and why? Trying to think. Not Phoebe. As much as I liked her story, I am like the opposite of her. She is like super outgoing, wears what she wants, doesn't care what anybody thinks, and I love her. I wish I could be like her. I would probably say Maeve. Because she's someone who does worry about what other people think, especially her parents. She doesn't want to make her parents worry. She wants to make her parents proud. Here she is. She thinks she's getting sick. She thinks her cancer's coming back, and she's not telling her parents. I don't know if I would take it to that extreme, but I do feel like I probably related to her the most, because I do have that in me where I kind of just let my shit fall to the wayside and I focus on the other person, though I have gotten better at that. I have gotten better at just like opening my mouth and saying how I feel. Um, oh, that's funny. My mom just sent me a text because I don't usually like to worry my mom, but this past year I've really opened up to her about my anxiety and my struggles. And just today, not so much the anxiety, but I've been having a really lack of energy. I am like exhausted all the time. I am like so sick of feeling like this. I started taking a B12 vitamin 3 weeks ago. I was hoping I was going to notice a difference. Granted, it's still only been 3 weeks, but I haven't really noticed a difference. And my mom literally just sent me a link to an article about that. So that's funny. But yeah, so I feel like that's probably why I relate to Maeve the most, because I was her. I'm still definitely her. I'm working on being more open about how I feel and advocating for myself more. Number 3, what were there times you disagreed with a character's actions? What would you have done differently? Of course, guys, you know there's gonna be spoilers, right? Like, we're reviewing the book, so I'm gonna put that out there. Let me see. Even though I understand where Maeve came from, I disagree with what she did. I think she definitely should have put her health first. She should have told her parents right away, because I understand, like, once you get the ball rolling, you can't take it back. So you almost want to be in denial for a little while. But the earlier you get treatment, the better. And if, God forbid, her cancer had ended up coming back, and she ended up, and she wasn't like a stage 3 or 4, or she ended up being terminal or dying from it, her parents would have felt very guilty for the rest of their lives. Like, we should have seen the warning signs, you know, things like that. So I disagree with that action. I do feel like she should have put her health first when it came to that, for sure. And yeah, I think I would have done it different. Like I said, I don't think I would have ever took it to that extreme. You know, I might, like I said, I used to hide like my anxiety and stuff from my parents, but I would definitely never hide like cancer. That is insane to me. I understand it, but I just I think I would be too my anxiety wouldn't let me. I'd be too anxious. I'd have to tell someone. I'd have to get tested. I'd have to start treatment like ASAP and get the ball rolling. So yeah, that's number 3. Number 4, what surprised you the most about the book? Why? And were there significant plot twists and turns? So that's a big question there. What surprised me most was definitely the ending. So again, we're gonna be talking about spoilers here. So once everything started rolling, I did feel like Emma was involved. Part of me is like, no, she's not involved. Like, she's the goody two shoe sister. But the fact that she was starting to drink and be hiding in her bedroom 24/7, I said, she's hiding something. I didn't think she was like 100% involved, but I definitely think something was going on. But the ending was a huge twist, and I think that's why I do really love Karen McManus. I never know the ending. I never know what's gonna happen, where with other books that I've read, or we've even read together, I kind of guess the ending. So I love when I'm really surprised. And I did not think that Emma was talking randomly to a guy online, and they had come up with this plot. And the big shocker at the very end was you find out that her sister actually stopped talking to him, and the brother took over. Like, what the? That was a mind. It really was. He's like, what, 11 years old? That was insane. Of course, he had no idea what he was actually doing. I don't think he thought this person was actually going to hurt other people. That was like a huge twist and turn. And that's like at the very end, like literally like the last page of the book, guys. Oh my God. So yeah, that's definitely what surprised me the most, especially him being like 11 years old. You don't expect it. But they do say he is gifted. Like, they say he's a very smart kid. So maybe they threw that in there for that reason, to make it a little more believable. That was definitely a significant plot twist. So that's why I'm dying to read the third one, because that was literally at the very end. Number 5, what did you think of Bronwyn and Nate's romance in the novel, since they were so on and off? I was kind of like surprised and not surprised. I was not surprised because it's long distance, and long distance is hard. And I mean really long distance. Like, I had a friend, her and her girlfriend lived an hour away from each other, and that was already a lot. But like, this is hours and hours. This is like different states. Like, it's insane. But the other part of me is like, they're so in love. I thought they would be that couple that would like never break up. So even though they do break up and get back together, you know it's always going to be them in the end. I in a way I didn't expect the on and offness, and in a way I did because it was long distance. I think just because Bronwyn's a very serious character, you would think she'd be like, okay, you shit or get off the pot. You know what I mean? You're either with me or you're not. I don't feel like she would want to play those games. But I don't know. That it kind of, like I said, it surprised me and it didn't. You guys let me know what you think about that one. Answer any of these if you want. Well, number 6. At any point of the book, did you have any idea who was running the Truth or Dare game? If yes, what was the key clue that gave it away? I'd be shocked if any of you guys have figured out. If you did, let me know. I had no clue. I had no idea. Like I said, I did have a feeling that Phoebe's sister's Emma was somewhat involved because she was doing things very outside of the norm. She was drinking. She was like, you could tell she had a guilty conscience, but I didn't, but then you find out like the whole truth. And she was like semi-involved, but not really involved. It was literally a complete stranger to them, who wanted to get Eli hurt, and they made some kind of arrangement. It was insane. Like, that's something I would have never thought of. These authors have these amazing creative plot lines, and I don't even know how they think of these things. It is insane. So no, for me, nothing gave it away. And then number 7, what do you think of the main character's parents? How do their relationship with their parents impact their experience in this novel? So like I said, you know that Phoebe, her father passed away. It definitely seems like she was Daddy's little girl. She definitely had a closer connection to her father. So she's really struggling. I think she doesn't feel as close of a connection to her mom. And then when her father passed away, it was almost like he was the glue. He even like kind of put like it caused a distance not only with her and her mom, but her and her sister, her and her brother, her whole family. It was like everything was turned upside down. And I think that definitely plays a lot into who she is as a person. Especially Emma too. And the brother. I still can't believe he was involved. But yeah, like losing their brother, losing their father, I mean, that's gonna change anybody, honestly. So, and maybe that's why Phoebe, for some people it changes, it's like almost complete 360. Like I have a pair of friends, they're sisters, and their mother passed away when they were really young, and I think they kind of went complete opposite routes, where one of them was like, oh, I want to settle down, get married, and start a family right away because life's short, and the other one's like, life's short, I want to go live my life and travel. It's so weird that they had the same experience, but they're what they saw, what they felt in that experience left to 2 different journeys. And I think that's kind of like how you see Phoebe and like Emma. Emma's definitely more the like studious type, and she's like, you know, she's very goal oriented, and you know, she's doing really good with her classes. She's even like a tutor. And then Phoebe's more like, I'm gonna live in where. So I think like with Phoebe, she's thinking more about the future. I mean, not Phoebe, I'm sorry, Emma's thinking more about the future, where Phoebe's more like, I'm gonna think about the here and now, and this is what makes me happy right now, and this is what I'm gonna do. So, and I think that's because of her relationship with her father who passed away. Knox's relationship with his parents is tough. You could tell he's definitely not close to his dad. He wants to be close to his dad. You could tell he's even kind of almost jealous of Nate because his father has really nice things to say about Nate. Nate works for the father's company, and Knox is even like kind of upset that the father won't hire him. I think the father doesn't see him as like a manly man, and I think that definitely affects his image. That's why he's like kind of shy around the ladies. That's why he doesn't consider himself like a ladies' man. He's always just the friend that nobody wants. He's such a sweet kid, though. I honestly really loved Knox. And I wish his dad saw more good in him. I liked that, like, they did have like a final little conversation and things do seem to get better, but and he has like 5 sisters, so that makes a huge difference. I know we're talking about relationships with the parents, but just like the family dynamic there, I feel like any man, this is like life experience for me, I feel like any man that has a sister, 99% of the time, they are a better man. Joe has a sister. He's amazing to me. My brother has me, obviously, and he's really good to his girlfriend. I had an ex-boyfriend in the past who had no sisters. He had 4 brothers, and he wasn't as good to me. And I'm not trying to like sling anyone in the mud, but I think that makes a huge difference, because I almost think like and my brother even said this to me once. He was like, I always wanted you to be treated with respect, so I would do the same to my partner. They're someone's sister, like, you know what I mean? And even Joe, his mom, he did grow up with his father. I don't want to say he grew up with a single mother, but at some point his parents did split up and he was kind of just raised by his mom. So I think because of that too, he saw her work really hard, and he doesn't want that for me. Like, he wants me to be able to raise our kids and just have a good life. So he works really hard. Of course, I'm not just sitting at home. You guys know I have a job. I'm a teacher. But I even before my teaching job, I worked at another school, and I would have summers unpaid, and he could have been like, "Hey, go get another job." And he never did. He let me be home for the summer and enjoy myself. I pay my own bills, though. I would save enough money throughout the school year. He's not just handing me money, but, he would, like, cover the rent and things like that. So he's a really good guy, and I think that's because he has a sister and his mom who, like, raised him part-time by herself. She definitely instilled, like, chores in him. So Joe's amazing. He washes all the dishes. I have not touched laundry since we got together. He's always vacuuming and mopping and cleaning the bathroom. I am very blessed. So I honestly think that's why Knox's character is such a good guy. I feel like when you have that female presence in your life, that really makes a huge difference in how you treat other females. And then last but not least, Maeve. She definitely is close to her parents. They have an experience that a lot of people don't have, almost losing your child. That's something most people do not experience. You always expect to go before your kids. You never expect your kids to go before you. That has to be one of the hardest deaths I obviously, I don't even have children. I can't even imagine. So they're definitely like close, but I feel like she also feels like she can't be completely open with them, because it's always like literally any nosebleed, any sniffle, they're like, oh my god, is her cancer back? So it's hard. It's like a weird dynamic, because they're close, but yet they're not close enough where she feels like she can tell them things. And I think that definitely makes up their characters and who they are as people. All right, we are going on 20 minutes, so we're going to finish this up. Number 8, who would you cast in the main roles? So as I was reading, Phoebe, I honestly thought of, because they explained her as strawberry blonde, like redheaded gingers. The father was a ginger, and they say how I think she was a strawberry blonde. Her sister was more red. The sister was more blonde. The brother was more red. So in my mind, I automatically thought of Bella Thorne. So I'm going to show you guys Bella Thorne. If you don't know who that is, she is a very big actress. She started on Shake It Up, something like that, on Disney Channel. Yeah, Shake It Up. It's literally right here. So this is my iPad right here. This is Bella Thorne. As you can see, she has that beautiful strawberry blonde hair. She has definitely branched out and done more risque roles now, but I never judge anybody. I'm just like a very open person, so I still like Bella Thorne. I know some people are very against her and her new way of life, but that's a story for another day. I loved her in Famous in Love. So, and then because I thought of her in Famous in Love, it's not based in a high school, but she is a young adult. So I started thinking about the Famous in Love cast, and I ended up filling up all the other roles with basically the cast from Famous in Love. So Jules is her best friend, the one that kisses Nate because she gets the truth to dare text. And I thought Jules could be played by the other main character in Famous in Love that is opposite Bella Thorne. And her name is, I was about to say her, wait, is that, yeah, Georgie Flores. I was about to say her character name. But this is her right here. She is gorgeous. I loved her character. So I thought, but she is a little more of a goody two-shoes in Famous in Love, if I remember correctly. So I would love her to see her play a little like more risque role, like the opposite of Bella Thorne. Because Jules is a little more risque, literally like getting all dressed up, hopping in Nate's lap, and making out with him, with the ex-girlfriend on the side. For Emma, which is Bella Thorne's sister, I actually did not think of a Famous in Love cast. I honestly thought of Bella Thorne's sister. I was like, ooh, why not have real sisters play these roles? And she kind of fits the look, because like I said, I'm almost certain, I read it a while ago, but I'm pretty sure Phoebe's character was like a strawberry blonde. Emma was more of a blonde, and the brother was like the redhead. So this is Bella Thorne's sister. Her name is Callie Thorne. I thought she could play the role as Phoebe's sister, Emma. And then for Lewis, I thought of this character from the Famous in Love cast, Tom Maiden. I haven't seen a lot of these since Famous in Love, so I would love to see them again because they were amazing in this show. And this is him right here, and that's literally the type of person I imagined that I was reading Lewis. So I thought he could play Lewis. We only didn't put Maeve here because we did Maeve for the first book. All right, who's the next one? Brandon, I thought would be perfect for Carter Jenkins. I don't know. He definitely has that Brandon look to him. He's kind of like the bad boy and good boy at the same time in Famous in Love, and I feel like that would fit his role perfectly. And then next, last but not least, my favorite character, Knox. I picked, oh, such a good looking man too. And even though Knox is not listed as, like, when you read about Knox, they even say, like, how, like, he looks like someone who's going to be handsome one day. Like, not someone that's necessarily a hot throb now, but cute and going to be handsome one day. And I think this is fitting, because this is Keith Powers now, and he is extremely attractive, manly man. But this is him more when he was in Famous in Love, when he was younger. Let me, oh, no, not this one. Oh, all right. I was trying to like zoom in, but it's giving me a hard time. And you can kind of see, like, that's kind of like the high school version of him, and then the glow up. So I thought that would be kind of perfect for Knox. So that is the cast of One of Us Is Next. That is my review. I thought the book was absolutely incredible. I do wish I answered the questions right after I read it. I feel like it would have been more detailed and involved, but then again, we're on 22 minutes. You guys let me know what you thought of the book. Like I said, I literally read it in 2 days. I thought it was so good. I cannot wait to read more Karen McManus. I did not guess the ending whatsoever. Like, the whole bomb. Oh my God, insane. Like, we could talk about so much more, but I'm getting into 23 minutes. You guys let me know who would you cast to the roles. Answer any of these questions. Let me know what plot. That was a plot twist. The freaking bomb into the building at the wedding reception. Oh my God. You guys let me know what was the biggest plot twist for you guys. Your favorite character, your least favorite character. I always love conversing with you guys down below. But that is it for this video. Go check out Charmaine's video. I know I'm going to check it out. Can't wait to see what she thought of the book. I had already read it, so I was like, oh, just text me as you're reading. We don't talk about it, but she would text me, and she'd be like, oh, I think it's this person. Oh, I think it's this person. And all I would do was heart her comment, so she knew that I read it, but I would never respond. And I just kind of like seeing her thought process. She's always so excited when she reads. You know, she's the one that wants to start book club. We both love to read, but I love her excited energy. It's so infectious. So definitely go check her out. She'll be linked down below. And like I said, check the community tab, because the voting poll will be closing very, very soon. And we will be announcing the new book that we will be reading for May/June next Thursday. That is it for this video, guys. I do book clubs on Thursdays. I do vlogs, try-ons, or cooking on Fridays. I do Outfits of the Week on Saturday, Self-Care Sunday, Mask Monday, and Tuesdays and Wednesdays are hauls and unboxes. So if any of that sounds good to you, definitely consider subscribing and hitting that notification bell so you're notified next time I upload. If you like this video, you like me, you like book club, give the video a thumbs up. It really helps the YouTube algorithm. It'll push our video out there so more people can see and join book club. I think Charmaine had said, I know The Silent Patient was one of our biggest signups, but you guys definitely seem more involved even since The Silent Patient. I think we went right from The Silent Patient to One of Us Is Lying to One of Us Is Next. And I definitely see your comments. I know you guys are reading. It's been really, really fun. So we would love to get more people involved. So definitely like the video, comment, helps push it out. into the YouTube universe. And we do have a Facebook group as well for our book club. I will link down below. So go check out all those links. Go check out Charmaine. Have an amazing day, guys. Be safe.